We start with new details on an Arizona murder investigation, a case that stretches across state lines and ends with the arrest of a wealthy farmer in Southern California who's now accused of killing his estranged wife in Pinetop.
12 News journalist Sean Rice is live in Holbrook. That's about 3 hours northeast of the valley. And Sean, this case is now drawing a lot of national attention.
Yeah, Trem and Troy, it absolutely is. Good afternoon to you both. The reason for that is because the man now sitting behind bars in Southern California may very well be one of the most influential, well-known, and well-financed farmers in all of Southern California. Let's take you to a booking photo we just obtained today from the Imperial County Sheriff's Office in Southern California, that's just outside of San Diego, of 63-year-old Kerri Abatti. Just last week, he was indicted by a grand jury here in Navajo County on a charge of first-degree murder. He stands accused of traveling from Imperial County to Pinetop, Arizona, solely to shoot and kill his estranged wife, Kerri. And then detectives say he traveled right back the following day to his home in California. Now, this homicide investigation took place at a $1.6 million home in Pinetop on the night of November 20th. Today, we learned that deputies were called out to this sprawling 13-acre property by a family member of Kerri's, reporting that she had been shot. She died while en route to the hospital, and that night, no suspect was located at her property. Deputies and investigators spent the next 4 days scouring the entire property for evidence. That evidence led them to Centro, California. That's where Kerri and Michael previously lived for over 30 years. There they executed several search warrants at Michael's home, his trailers, and his businesses. They also interviewed droves of close friends and family members spanning multiple states. Then just 6 days ago, that Navajo County grand jury indicted him on a first-degree murder charge, evidence pointing to him driving all the way to Pinetop from Centro, shooting Kerri, and then driving back right after the alleged murder. The key question now remains what the motive was for this domestic violence homicide.
Could you disclose at all what they maybe discussed about what Kerri's life was like in those 48 to 72 hours that you discussed, that you were trying to learn about?
Yeah, I mean, I can't get into the specifics, but I think one of the big things was she was living alone, and she had left her husband and was living in Pinetop, and was working through a divorce that had been dragging on for a couple of years, was the glaring things that were poking out.
And those are just some of the words from close friends and family members in the interviews the deputies and detectives conducted. Now, two elements of those divorce proceedings in California. This has been going on since 2023, so well over 2 years of divorce proceedings in California. One was a request by Kerri to increase her monthly alimony payments from Michael. There were also allegations that he was trying to hide his financial assets from her to gain some sort of advantage in these divorce proceedings. Now, the sheriff's office would not say if either of these two facts are a confirmed motive or if Michael at this point has told them anything when he was arrested in Southern California on December 23rd. Now, at this point, he does remain sitting inside an Imperial County jail cell. He has at this point waived his ability to contest extradition. Basically, what that means is that in the coming days, Navajo County Sheriff's deputies and investigators will travel by van to Imperial County. They will pick him up. They will bring him right back here to Holbrook, Arizona, where he will face a judge for the very first time. Now, ever since we learned of Kerri's homicide, we've tried multiple times to reach out to close friends and family members in Pinetop, friends and family members in Southern California as well. We've been repeatedly told to respect friends and family members' privacy as they mourn the loss of this woman. We're live today in Holbrook. Sean Rice, 12 News.
And Sean, I know they weren't talking much about evidence they have, but with all the cameras on all of our interstates and freeways and even, side streets, you would think there'd be video, if it happened, of this husband driving into this area and driving back out, because that's what they say, right? He drove in, committed this crime, and then drove right back out again.
Without a doubt, that's the first thing that crossed my mind, Troy. I will say it's about a 7-hour drive from Centro, California to Pinetop, Arizona. One sort of hint the sheriff's office gave us today is they were thanking agencies such as the Gila County Sheriff's Office, Globe Police Department, as key contributing partner agencies that helped them solve this murder investigation. The one thing that popped in my head is that he was likely picked up in whatever vehicle he was driving through Globe, through the Gila County area, en route to Pinetop to allegedly carry out this homicide. We'll send it back to you.
All right, Sean, thank you.
Thank you, Sean.